In this video, I want to address a couple of recent TheRoseyLife YouTube channel subscribers' comments, and they sound very different, but I want to show you how it's the same principle and ask you, what are you believing in? Because that is the first question that I want you to ask yourself is, where are you putting your belief, your trust, your awareness on? And it's going to be very simple with this analogy that I have drawn for you guys on my little whiteboard again. And I intend that it helps you. So one of this first subscriber questions was, how about when money you are in need of right now or facing court orders? Like, how does this work with that? And another subscriber wrote, but my cat has a broken leg and I'm trying to see the end result and I'm hoping that it spontaneously just goes away. How do I do that when I'm feeling bad or sad or worried about my cat? I want to answer those questions in this video for you to really start seeing what is it that you are believing in and start becoming the observer of your feelings and your thoughts, not the person that is getting sucked into them. But before we get started, if you are new or returning, thank you so much for being here. My name is Rose and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your hearts to live a life that you love. So if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, go to TheRoseyLife.com for all the information on options on how you can work with me. Or if you're interested in joining the Rosey Life course and community, you can find the information there as well. So I saw these comments. I believe one was last night and another one this morning on my YouTube channel on a couple of different videos, I believe. And I thought, this is, I can tell on the one subscriber that said, how about when money you are in need now or facing court orders? So already making the her specific or their, I don't know, he or she specific conditions, circumstances are special or unique or different or complicated, right? That this is different than everything else you're saying in the video, that my situation feels harder or it involves money. That right there shows a belief that it's money's away, right? That it's hard, or that there is court orders involved, meaning you can't argue that is a done deal, right? Already showing and expressing the limitations and the lack and the separation with those two things, right? And the same thing with a person that addressed their cat with a broken leg, right? Wanting to go from seeing the problem to thinking that you're all gonna magically, miraculously, all of a sudden see a different cat with a perfect leg. So I want to go and step further and go rise above these conditions and really showing you and ask it, so you can ask yourself, what is it that you are putting your belief in? And because if you have one foot in the 3D world of things have to happen through what I've known or what I know tangibly with my five senses, then you're going to feel really confused or anxious, or you're going to wonder how this is going to happen. And if you have one foot there and another foot in the belief of, yeah, I know that this works and I have proof and I've tried it, but how is it going to happen in this situation? Do you see how you can be confused if you have a split mind? And so this is what I wanted to show you, because a lot of people get caught up in both of these YouTube subscribers' posts involved a lot of feeling, and you can tell by what they wrote that there's fear, there's worry, there's doubt, it's confused, right? So when you have feelings, it's okay. I think that, and it's funny because I was going to talk about this on a different video, but I'm just going to talk about it here, that I kind of am seeing a pattern, right? If many of you know, if you followed me, that I'm a former psychotherapist, and I did that for over a decade. And I noticed that even then with clients as a therapist, and then now in the manifesting community through coaching and learning about who we are, right? We have outgrown the ability to just allow ourselves to feel our feelings. And what I mean by that is I was talking to another client yesterday, and she was telling me that when she was little, because she's working with me on her business, and she's really growing her business, and really like getting clear on money and not wanting to have any like feelings of lack with money. So we were talking about, the importance of being generous and having gratitude and feeling generous and feeling that infinite supply, that it never runs out. And she says, Rose, when I was little, I remember being extremely generous, and basically anything that I had, if someone said I like it, I would just give it to them. I would just give my friends and anyone anything that I had. I just shared everything. I had no reservations, that I just gave. And she says, and what I remember is people constantly giving me gifts and treating me and buying things for me. I was just constantly being showered with different gifts and money and everything that I can want. And she said, I was doing naturally what you're telling me to do now. And she says, but then it was just a natural thing. And she says, and now I'm just like having to like do it consciously, purposely, with more of a choice. And she says, I love doing it still. She says, but I'm realizing that I unlearned what I naturally was wired to do. And that is exactly it. That you are all of us, we all naturally have the ability just to feel. When you were little, you felt your feelings. If you think of children, they cry. Teens, tweens especially, they're very in their feelings, and they don't have any hesitation on letting you know how they feel. They break up, they make up, they lose things, so many things happen, and they show the feelings, right? And parents are usually there to comfort them, console them, and to make them shift and change their mind about their perspective on what's happening. But notice that they get over things very quickly, which is why I have like a little theory that teenagers date for like a week and they think it's a long time, but then they get really hurt like they were dating each other for a year, and then you find out that they were together for like 5 days, and then they break up, and then they're having these horrible emotions about the breakup, and then they're over it, and then they're off to the new person like nothing. That's because they're just allowing these feelings to come out and expressing them, and then they just move on. Right? So, but as adults, as we grow, we unlearn those things, that it's not socially acceptable to show your feelings, that it's not healthy, that you shouldn't feel this, you shouldn't feel that, that you should act like this here, and that you need to compose yourself, and you need to not talk like that, and you have to talk like this. It's like we learn all these rules, and we're told not to do this. And we learn them by society, by movies, by social media, by parents, by everyone. So we unlearn our natural ability to just work through our feelings naturally. And it's funny because now listening to a lot of different teachers and having clients come to me tell me that they feel like if their thoughts are not perfect 7/24, and they don't feel happy and they don't feel good and positive all the time, and that they have to learn how to feel their feelings, and that they're learning techniques and ways to express feeling and to allow their feelings to be there. I'm just like, I think we're overcomplicating this a lot, especially in like the manifesting community, that you already know how to feel your feelings. You already are a natural at this. And if you look back at when you were a child, even if you were scolded or whatever, and you were like, okay, well, I wasn't okay to express my feelings, do you see how you started unlearning what is already natural in you, what you're naturally able to do, and you're just unlearning how to not do that. And now as an adult, you're finding that no, expressing my feelings and feeling my feelings is normal. It's okay. I'm supposed to do this. And so anyway, so I wanted to make this video because I really wanted to show you, walk you through basic things on how to process the feeling in the moment so that you are not identified with it. And that's the difference. It's feeling the feelings is okay, but not giving it any meaning or story while you're feeling it is the thing that we're dropping. That's it. Because feeling combined with thought is what, like Neville Goddard talks about, is what manifests. So if you allow your feelings to be there, but you're not giving it any story or interpretation, then there is nothing but a sensation that you're experiencing, and nothing manifests from that. So this is what I wanted to ask you too, is for the subscribers and all of you too who are having, yeah, but what about this? Or, yeah, but how about in this case scenario? Or what about this? Is ask yourself, first of all, and this is in one of the answers that I left, is I ask, who are you? Right? Who are you? Or what are you? Because if you don't know the answer to that question, then, and if you say, well, I'm Joe or I'm Marie or whatever, it's like, no, who are you? Right? You are the I am. You are infinite power. You are the universe within. You are infinite intelligence, source, whatever word you want to use. I use God, as you guys know, or I am, right? But it has now no religious connotation to it. It's more of directing my focus to this power. So it doesn't matter really what you call it, because the power doesn't even have a name. First of all, hello, can we get that clear? It doesn't freaking matter what you call the power, because this power is infinite. It's nameless, shapeless, formless. It doesn't have a name. Okay, so we give it a name for context so that we can refer to this power as we discuss the power, but it actually doesn't even have a name, so fighting over what you call it is pointless. Anyway, back to the video. So I drew this little diagram because first I'm going to show you this. Okay, so this is a balloon. I know it kind of looks like a balloon. Stick with me. It's a balloon, okay? And on the balloon, there's a string. And then at the base, it's like, imagine it's just like it's the ground or a solid concrete block or a wood block or whatever, but you can't move it. So this is who you really are. I am, okay? And then you are this balloon that is floating around, right? It floats around because you have something called free will. And you get to choose whatever it is that you want to experience. You get to experience any feelings, any thoughts, any beliefs, any experiences that you want to. But everything is coming from the I am, okay? So you are always forever linked, connected to I am, source, God, universe, right? So what happens here? So up here in the balloon that's always moving with the wind, right? You experience feelings, thoughts, and beliefs. And if you are putting your belief or faith in when you manifest something and you're just like, well, how's it gonna happen? If you're going by how you're feeling or what you're thinking, then you're going to feel frustrated and you're gonna doubt. But if you're putting your faith and trust in what you are, I am, right? That never moves. It's solid, concrete. It's a for sure thing. It's completely in the bag. It's guaranteed. If this is where you put your awareness or your faith or your belief in, right, it's going to feel really different. But if you're putting your faith and belief in the thing that's always moving and changing and floating around, right, that's not what you want to put your faith and trust in. How you feel, what you're thinking, the beliefs, they change. Think about, you can change your feelings like that. Feelings come and go. They don't last. You can be sad one second and happy the next, right? You can be mad one second and then be calm the next, right? Feelings come and go. So that's not what you put your faith in. What keeps coming and going, what changes, what It can evolve, right? How you feel, what the hell are you, why would you put your complete solid rock faith in something that can change in a second? Thoughts are the same thing. Thoughts come and go. They have no meat, they have no power. They're like feelings. They're just thoughts. And they will always be there in your mind, right? And you are the one with your free will that gets to decide what these thoughts and feelings mean. You give them meaning, you give them story, you give them value, you give them power, you give them strength, you give them direction. And how? By what you believe. What you believe is what you start producing thoughts about, and then you start having feelings about. All because you have free will, because of who you are, the I am. So what are you putting your faith in? What are you putting your belief in? Are you doing it with this wavering? Are you doing this, or it's coming with I am? So when you have, so here is another example of what I want to walk you through when you're experiencing any kind of feelings, right? So you're having any kind of feelings, and you can use this with thoughts as well, right? Go ahead and notice that you're feeling something, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Feel it. Instead of avoiding it, trying to flip the thought or change your mind or eat a sandwich or go for a walk and try to shake it off, instead of doing all of that avoiding tactic, feel it. Feel the feeling, whatever it is. And you might need to use this video later on. Cool. Just save it for yourself, right? Or you can screenshot this so you can use it later. But feel the feeling. Don't be afraid of it. It's going to feel so, you guys are going to feel so freaking good just to let yourself feel the feelings instead of trying to flip the thought, change the belief, go the self-concept, right? No, just feel it. And you're going to notice as you keep doing this, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be like, gosh, damn, it feels good just to let myself feel this shit. Just feels good to feel this fear or jealousy or just whatever that, feel this fear, whatever the feeling is, just let it be there, okay? Feel it. And then once you notice it and you feel it until it passes, because remember, feelings are like a balloon. They come and go. They don't stay, right? That's why they have those sayings like this too shall pass, because all feelings pass. You're not ever going to be in any one feeling all the time. You're not, because you have all the emotions, all the feelings within you. So, and then when you're noticing the feeling, while you're observing and letting yourself have the feeling, this is what changes. This is what makes you put you on a different level, okay? In direct contact with I am. You notice the feeling, but this time don't give it a story. Don't make it mean anything. Don't make it mean anything. Just notice the feeling in your body. One of you wrote that you liked my video of looking at your feelings and giving it a color, and then I talk about giving it a color, giving it a size. It's all sensations. You're just describing it. You're not saying, oh, this means I'm not getting what I want. This means I'm still stuck in the old state. This means that nothing's changing. Now you're giving that feeling a thought, which produces a manifestation. So just let the feeling be there. Just notice it like a science project. Like, oh, this is feeling, this is sensation, this is interesting. It doesn't matter. If the feeling was triggered by a thought, so what? Say, okay, now I'm going to feel this feeling. Take the focus off of the thought that created it, and now just focus on the feeling and just let it be there. And when it starts passing, then choose your end again. Choose to affirm your end again. Visualize your end again briefly. Or if you don't want to do that and you just want to really just keep it general because you have what you're feeling, you can just go, you know what? I just choose to focus on the I am. I remember who I am. I am. I am. I'm whole and complete, lacking nothing. I remember who I am. And you will shift out of that so fast. And that, my friends, is mastering your feelings so that these feelings aren't manifesting crap that you don't want to. Don't ever be afraid of your feelings. You're gonna feel, if you're really doing this, you're gonna feel relief. You're just like, oh gosh, it feels so good just to feel this stuff instead of locking it up and trying to like manifest it away and avoiding it and running from it and trying to affirm 1,000 times so I don't feel that anymore and pretending that I'm not feeling that. It's like, that is just like not healthy for you guys. Not at all. It is, on a mental health level, it is not healthy for you to not feel your feelings or to try to flip them around or try to see the positive in them. Or no, just try this out. Feel it. Let it pass. Don't give it a story, and then choose what it is that you do want to be focused on. Because remember, wherever you return to in your imagination, that's the persistence that Neville Goddard talks about, right? That is what you choose again and again and again. And you may only need to do this once for some feeling, or you might have to do it multiple times for the same feeling. Doesn't matter. What you are going to notice is that you're going to feel so much relief, and you're going to be able to continue to focus on what you want. All right, my loves, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you again for liking this video, liking my channel, subscribing to the channel, and commenting, and just being here and being so freaking amazing. I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.